I don't believe in myself no more. Don't you understand? What if I don't believe? That's it. He's finished. It's over. That's it. It's over. That's it. Totem Production. I don't believe in myself no more. Don't you understand? What if I don't believe? That's it. He's finished. It's over. That's it. Totem Production.
That's not it!
That is it!
Why don't you tell me the truth?
What are you putting me through, Adrian? Totem Production. You want to know the truth? The truth is I don't want to lose what I got. Totem Production.
We got cars, we got money, we got everything but the truth. What's that truth, damn it?
I'm afraid!
What's that truth, damn it?
I'm afraid! Alright? You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? Alright, I'm afraid!
What's that truth, damn it?
I'm afraid! Alright? For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid too. There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is. For me, there is. Totem Production. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid. Totem Production.
I'm afraid too.
You're just not giving up. And that mountain is actually the summit of that mountain is 1 1/3 miles higher.
1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center.
Wait, but you gotta know. Just so you understand, we've been fed a lie our entire life.
We live in a free country. In a free society, you ought to be able to think and say whatever you want. You can and should think whatever you want. If he wants to think Earth is flat, go right ahead. If you want to think the world is flat, go right ahead.
For the first time in my life, I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I'm afraid too. Nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is. For me, there is.
That is valuable information for those of us who have the responsibility to protect the American people.
For the first time in my life, I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Nothing wrong with being afraid.
In exactly 5 days, we will be $100 billion richer.
Who have the responsibility to protect the American people. Who have the responsibility to protect the American people.
If you show this publicly, you're open for a lawsuit. Okay?
And the world is flat, right? The World Cup happened, and then all of a sudden, people from Brazil.
Well, I think it's ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Earth is flat and not round.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Earth is flat.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Earth is flat and not round.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Earth is flat and not round.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Not round.
oh tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman. Sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. That snake gave her a vicious bite. A vicious bite. A vicious bite.
And that's us. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Globe Live Euro Tour live update with myself, Jason of the Disbury, and the crew finally on the Globe Live camper van, Dave, Jack, and Lisa. To everybody who's been waiting and watching and participating in the chat room, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to be with us here tonight. If this is your first time watching, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell. Familiarize yourself in the description box where there is an abundance of links to helpful information to get you started and let you know what we're doing. Right, on that note, let's get started. Jason, Dave, Lisa, Jack, how are you all doing?
All good, I think.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good it is for me and Jason to actually have you here last night. We were kind of having a bit of a birthday celebration for Lisa yesterday, and as the chat room will let you know tonight, and as we will proceed to show you tonight, the amount of love and support you guys had throughout the... Do you know, I didn't realize we were live for an hour and 40 minutes yesterday. I'm not quite sure how that happened, because myself and Jason were like, well, if the guys don't turn up, we'll do a quick half an hour and we'll try and summarize everything. An hour and 40 minutes later, my brain's not computing on that one.
It sounds like you didn't need us at all. We could just go.
Yeah. You gave us so much drama to work with.
we ended up kind of relaying the police situation secondhand. And yeah, there's a lot of people that were messaging us asking about your well-being and making sure that you guys are okay. So I know that everybody watching just now, all 54 people that are watching just now, and everybody in the chat room, they're very relieved to see you all there on screen, well and safe. So where do we start, guys? Where do we start? How has the last 48 hours been?
Okay, 48 hours. Okay, well, what is 48 hours? I'm sorry.
It's all a big blur hours-wise, isn't it?
Yeah. So where do we start? Where do you want us to start?
At the beginning. Jason, where should we get them to start?
Okay, we left Amsterdam.
Yeah, let's start there. We've got plenty of time. How's your battery?
So Sophia then. Okay.
Before we come, border.
Border.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Oh yeah,
Bulgaria.
And the police state.
The border was the beginning because I think was it 5 times we ended up getting stopped by the police, who wanted to see our documents every time. So we got the impression.
And car documents too.
And the car documents, Jason.
Every time.
That's wonderful that I provided them for you.
Yeah. Yes. You know.
So, well, here's my conundrum then. Do hire firms, do they not go out and these countries because they don't get the vehicle documents?
Yeah, I know, but they get a hire agreement, don't they?
But you guys are friends. These documents don't belong to you. They don't have your name or an address on.
No, it doesn't matter because we get asked from every single time.
It's a flaw in their whole logic, isn't it? Because if them documents got left in the van and someone nicked that van and they've got them documents, they just go, "That's all right, I've just got documents."
But
madness.
You know, that's the thing. That's the way. You know, somehow we got them. You know, they weren't asking for us at the beginning, but now every single time they want them. So
incredible, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so we kind of got the idea as a almost like a police state, you know. It's like every 5 minutes it was like cops wanted to see us, you know. And then we got lulled into a full sense of security because we stopped at the first petrol station, and there was a nice woman in the petrol, and she was all nice, and she was trying to speak English, and me and Jack came out going, "Oh, she was nice, wasn't she? Yeah. We hope everyone's going to be like that." You know? Yeah. So we got to the place. We had plenty of time actually. We got in fairly early, so we took a scout around. You know, it was a nice little walk we had, didn't it?
First time, yeah.
And you know, we went back to the van. Jack had a bit of a nap, and
what about before we got there? The guy when we were driving the van.
Oh right, yeah. Before we got there was the guy on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, because so many things happened.
Yeah. You want to say it?
Yeah, say it.
Go for it.
Okay, there was as we stopped at traffic lights, there was a guy on the skateboard stopped and said, he was like, "Oh, I've been following this.
No way.
Where are you gonna be? We told him, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be down there.
Yeah,
he's all excited.
Go around me and snap a picture, selfie with me,
you know. A picture as well. Yeah, selfie
in the traffic, you know.
Oh my gosh, you couldn't make that up. What are the chances?
Yeah. So we scouted around. We found where we were supposed to be, and we went back to the van and sort of relaxed a bit. And while I was sitting out, I was sitting on the step. Like a group of about 3 guys came up.
4 guys.
Was it 4?
Yeah.
No.
Later.
There's 3 guys came up, and they were saying the ringleader basically came up and said, "What is this about? This is bullshit, isn't it?" And I said no, and I sat and talked to him for about half an hour, and his mates were trying to pull him away because they said, we're late for work, and he was like, but one more question. And he went away with a different mindset. That was really good.
Wonderful.
This is why we can't pull these decals off. We need to leave them on there.
Yeah.
I can't wait for these interactions, you know, like
yeah.
So we set up. We were actually we had to pull all the stuff about half a mile away down the road, and we started setting up. And as we were setting up, people were already crowding around trying to look at the banners and everything, even though they weren't. Half of them weren't even unfolded. They were trying to look at them. So we basically unfolded and got all set up, and immediately there were people to talk to, and just getting on with it. And then within about 15 minutes, it was 2 cops come sort of in their way, you know.
Yeah.
And and neither of them spoke English. Neither of them wanted to speak English. The older one was angry. He was angry.
Pissed off,
Yeah.
It's a bit all personal.
Yeah. He just pointed at them. This, no.
Yeah.
And
how dare the English come over and protest?
Yeah. So I tried to talk to him, but obviously didn't speak English. The person I was talking to, well, he said, "Look, I'll translate for you." So I started trying to reason with him, and even the guy I was translating said, "This isn't going to work." You know? So and obviously it wasn't having any effect with this guy. He was just like, no. And I said his hand went from his waistband down towards his gun, you know, in that kind of menacing way they do.
Intimidate.
Yeah.
Some guy from the crowd, basically an older guy, came forward and he said, because we weren't actually jumping to it and packing away straight away. So some guy came out and said, it's the police, you have to obey. Like that.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I mean, it has to be like a police state there, you know. The people
Yeah.
terrified.
It's quite worrying, isn't it? You know, like
That's the impression we got, right, Jace?
Yeah, but you know, I kind of worry the fact that how much of that will start coming through, you know, like Europe, you know, like let's hope it. Well, yeah.
No. Wait to the end of the story, man.
We started packing up because it was obvious that we weren't going to get anywhere with this guy. So we started packing up, and as Jack started muttering something in Slovenian as he was packing away. It was fairly obvious he wasn't wishing this guy's mothers very well, you know. So the cops got a bit riled up about that. Immediately.
Give me papers.
Yes, papers. Give me your documents. Okay. Calm down, Jack. You know. So we're packing up, and it was like, documents. Where are your documents? And we said, we don't have them. They're in the van. And
but they weren't in the van. You know, Jason. From now on, I always keep the documents and the documents of the car in me. Whenever I leave the van, I take all with me.
Yeah.
Just in case, you know.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I have the papers, the passports, and for the car papers too with me. But I immediately thought, oh, I'm gonna smack you, policeman. So
I like the way I'm going to smack
I tell you, yeah. So we tell,
I'm
no,
gonna
they are in the van. They are in the van, man.
So basically, we sent Jack back to the van.
I must go and have it in the pocket, man.
Oh, that's why you said
That's why I tell you, now I must go. You won't find it there.
That would be bad if I'd gone there. We'd probably be in a Bulgarian jail now if I'd gone to get So we didn't send Jack. Jack had to go.
Yeah.
So he went, and you know, me and Lisa were basically held hostage by the two cops, who then leapt on Lisa because you know, she'd been filming, and this woman cop was like, show me photos. And she was saying, no, it's the live stream, it's gone. No, photos. So Lisa basically had about 3 or 4 photos from the you had to shoot for the picture on the live stream, wasn't it? The pictures?
Yeah.
Right, so
They
she
looked
saw
for
them.
the video, but they couldn't find it, obviously, because it's on YouTube. So that's that. Otherwise, they would have deleted it.
Yeah.
And the people in the chat kept saying to me, "I'll just carry on filming anyway, no matter what." But if I had, they would have come and seen it was on YouTube and made me delete it off YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
Possibly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy who made us stop filming in the first place was the older angry cop. Yeah, so yeah, he every time she moved the camera, it was like, no.
Literally, they were on me like a hawk. The second I moved, they were watching every single move. And like from the very beginning, I saw Dave talking to these couple of people, and then I thought, what's that? And so straight away, I thought the first thing I'll do is go to film them. They wouldn't even let me turn the camera towards them. It didn't even get that far. So we only got one very brief clip of them.
Wow. So it's a birthday to remember, isn't
And
it?
then when they told me, put the phone down like this. So I did. But every time I moved it up even slightly, no, you put it down like this. And then I thought people in the chat saying, get a clip of them getting that. I turned around and I tried to get a tiny little clip, and they're like, they were on my case. And then that was it. That was the end of the stream.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that as we were taking it down, the cops were actually stopping anybody looking at the banners.
Wow.
You know, people came up to look, and they said, "No, you can't look. No, stop. No, go."
So they were dead set against it then. Wow.
Wow. So even still, forget freedom of speech. They've got, freedom of showcasing
Photons.
anything.
Freedom of photons.
No reception of photons. No.
Well, I don't know if this is right, but someone in the chat said that you're not allowed to publicly film in Bulgaria. If that's correct or not,
I heard
don't
that
know.
as well. I heard a couple of people saying that as well. Interesting. Yeah, if anyone in the chat room can give us some feedback on that. Go on, Dave.
Yeah, so Jack came back with the passports. We sat there for about.
I was
going.
I was going with him. So around halfway, I told him about the flatness, the fake pictures, the fake fucking NASA, and the fake lot of stuff. So he just can't handle anymore. So in the halfway, he asked me, where is the van? I say, we are in the halfway, half more to go. And he then calls this angry bird or what he is to came with the car to the bank to pick us, So he was smacked, and then the angry man was smacked because they see the van, and all the signs.
There's no getting away from that. There's no getting away from that. How can you get away from you seeing what you can't see if you're living on what you were taught?
Yeah. And I was just thinking, I was praying that he won't go with me in the van, to see how I gonna reach documents which I have in the pocket. So that didn't happen. He let me to go in alone. So I just opened the drawer in the back and closed it. That it seems that I pick up the documents. So I give him the documents, and this other guy, angry guy, drives the car, I don't know, 150 miles an hour and angry, incredible. And then we go in the car and he drives like a maniac backwards, like a maniac. He wants to scare you, surely. But I was calm in the background of the car. So we come.
So he comes back. They hand the. No, he actually had the passports on him. Now we sat there for about 20 minutes. Right, there was no radio communication. There was no background checks. There was nothing. The guy held onto the passports. He scanned through them very quickly. They stood there and laughed and talked and joked and stuff for about half an hour or 20 minutes or so.
With their back to us.
With their back to us, and then handed our passports back to us and said, "Go, don't come back."
Yeah, I told this guy. I told him about the Estonia, that we have a bunch of military. I don't know what, but they couldn't do nothing. So. Everyone is watching you, I told him. Whole Europe and maybe more.
Yeah.
So maybe because of that. I don't know.
But nothing was going to change the minds of these guys. They were just. It was almost like they were drunk on power as well. It was, and they knew that they had the population like terrified because. Just the way they were standing around, sort of almost bullying people with their presence. You know, I don't know if you. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. 15 minutes of run time there.
Barbarians.
Yeah. But it did give us some free time, because we left early.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a girlfriend that lives in Bulgaria, and she's lived there now since March, and I haven't seen her come up against any of these problems. And I know, as Tamo said in the chat room, a quick Google search will show you that you need permission to take someone's picture in public. However, I don't see it affecting my girlfriend who takes pictures of various different things when they're out on family trips in Bulgaria. So it's almost like it's designed so that if you do put your head above the parapet and do anything off of the norm, you come up on the radar.
They can whip out that legislation and say, no, you can't. Oh, so after we got back to the van, we're just sort of sitting around a bit dejected, and a bunch of schoolboys came riding up to us.
Before was this lady?
No, she was after them.
Boys were the last.
Is that the ones from the picture that you sent?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we show that picture, Jason? Is it possible to show that picture?
Yeah.
Can we show it while you're telling the story as well?
Carry on.
Go on, Dave.
Okay.
Carry on.
So these boys rode up and they said that they've been searching for us. They'd been watching us online, and they'd come down searching for us, couldn't find us in the town, and somehow they managed to find us at the van, and they were all excited about finding us, and they were literally out on their lunch break looking for us. So we gave them like some badges and the little compasses and things, and a load of flyers, and they wanted a picture taken. So
they told us how big community is in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
How fantastic! Look at that, a generation waking up a generation.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful picture, an absolutely wonderful picture, and everyone really is smiling. I'm loving that, and they really did kind of go out of their way to try and chase you down and find you, and the wonderful thing about this story is that picture, because their persistence paid off, and now you aren't something that they see on the internet. You're someone they've met in real life. You've had a real world conversation with them, a meaningful conversation, and they've taken this subject seriously. And this is what's so important, because my daughter and my son are there as well. They know that they've been taught a model with no supporting evidence at all. And now they're on a pursuit of truth, and it doesn't make them labeled anything other than independent critical thinkers. So shout out to those guys today. Massive love and respect to you for doing that. Hey, campus looking kind of nice, don't you think, guys?
What was this building, Dave?
The Palace of National Culture.
Okay.
I got the order. I got the order wrong. There was a woman who came up to us earlier, and we saw her lurking around the van from inside, and so I went out with a flyer, and she was like an activist. She'd be like about all sorts of other things, and she was like, "What's this all about?" And she was really interested, and she was she was really like excited about the idea. So she said she'll take a whole load of flyers, and she wants to start talking about it.
Oh, brilliant!
It was really nice as well. So,
fantastic.
Awesome. So I've got what's it, Dave? You gave me a video before, which is quite interesting. Which I'd like to quickly show, and I wonder if there's two people that could explain what the hell's going on.
Oh, has it got a poll in it, Jace? I don't know if I'm ready.
You ready?
What are we going to see? Am I ready? Because that's what knowing the truth will do to you. That is how happy the truth is making you guys. That Ruben, are you watching right now? Everybody equals mind control square. I would love to see a nice little gift made of that, please, darling.
Being secretly filmed by Dave. So what's going on here?
Dave, you are the man. You are the man for that, Dave.
Oh,
Shout out Daddy Dave for that.
no.
Go on, Jack. See the nifty footwork there from Jack. Look at that nifty footwork, Jack.
Oh.
Listen.
Was that last night? Was that last night? Yeah.
No.
That's today.
Oh, where to go?
Oh,
what's Dave? Dave was like, no, this is for someone, the other night. This is a normal night for us. Just thought I'd capture that for you.
Oh, brilliant.
Is that the fuel dance? Is that the we've put fuel in the camper? Or is that the we have data dance? I'm wondering what dance that was.
We're free.
And the guy running the petrol station was really bored, so he played music full blast. And he said the music he was playing was from somebody that was famous that came into his garage station. And he was like, and he checked out our music and he thought, this is really cool. So he was like blasting it so loud that we couldn't even speak.
Oh my gosh, so it's like a little mini rave inside the garage.
He was like, and he said afterwards, like, I'm so bored, what am I meant to do?
Dave, well done for getting that on camera.
Yeah.
I can imagine that is going to be a GIF and a meme that is shared and it'll go viral.
That's that. Well, I bet you that ends up on James's latest video.
Either that, or I believe you. Thousands wouldn't, Lisa and Jack. I believe you. Thousands. They probably do that at every petrol station, don't they, Dave?
Yeah.
Every time they get out the camper, that's what you're dealing with. Shout out to you, my darling. Massive respect for that. That's brilliant. Everyone in the chat room's loving that. You got the move, Lisa. Spurs says you've clearly got the moves. Deborah loves it. You got thumbs up from Mystical, David Scriven, Effie Mary, National Memorial Gardens. Josie says, well done, Dave. Dave's getting massive shout outs for that. Jude loves it. Ruben. Oh dear.
Yeah, fantastic.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Shout out to the chat room as well. Tamo, Jude. Ruben went, oh snap. And over to you.
Over to who?
Yeah, I yield the floor.
Well, that was literally our day, and today was just we just crossed over into Greece. It's been about paying money out to people. Literally, in order to get out of Bulgaria, we had to pay
35
euros just to get out of Bulgaria. And then it's been 10
so far.
10 tolls that we've gone through so far.
Wow.
It's been like more money, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But we flat smacked every toll booth on the way. They couldn't get away from it.
I like your style. You're kind of going, well, we may as well make it worth our while. If we're going to pay, you're paying.
One of them was really moody and she refused the leaflet and she shut the window as soon as before we even had a chance. So I thought, right, I'm going to make sure I hand the leaflet before I hand the card so they don't get away with it.
Oh man, well these tolls aren't a joke. I mean, how many do you expect to? I mean, how much of the journey have you got before you leave said country you're in?
Are
you out?
50 miles. We have now 50 miles to Athens.
50
so we are
miles
here.
to Athens. So you're in Greece.
You did fantastic.
Well, you heard it here first. They're in Greece, guys. So you're in Greece. How's Greece so far?
Dancing.
Greasy.
It's pretty sick. We just noticed that every supermarket and petrol station, they've all got the same rubbish. The same rubbish in every country. It's just the letters change on the packets. You know, it's the same crap.
Different country. Yeah. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
Scary. It's scary. There was a time that you could go to a different country and be like, "Oh, this is interesting, different food."
You can get in our place. Yeah.
No, it's all the same rubbish. You know. So yeah, there's a bit of a shock that. Yeah.
Aww. Well, this is self-evident when we've got boots on the ground. You're seeing it firsthand, aren't you? As life on the road, you don't really get too far to go, you know, left or right off the road. So you're pretty limited to what you're able to stop and get, aren't you? I suppose. So I suppose this is self-evident with what you're finding. There's just really not, you know, I suppose for someone that's, you know, driving a truck for a living, you can see why it's hard for them to, you know, to keep some kind of balanced diet going on, because like you said, you're pulling up and it's the same crap, but different country.
I've been eating loads of crap since I've been here, and I couldn't even eat yesterday because I felt sick because I've just been eating rubbish. Oh, we forgot that we went to a supermarket. And we went all the way around the supermarket. It was full up and it was the only supermarket in the whole of Bulgaria, it seems, that didn't take a card. It was like, no, we don't take cards. It's like, what? Nobody in here's got uses the card. It's like, no, they had the machines and everything, didn't they?
No,
they didn't have the machines.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay, well, I thought they did. No,
maybe
they had.
outside.
No, I thought they did have the.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah,
yeah, they had the machines. But they weren't taking cards for some reason, so we had to just say, okay, kid, take it back.
That's like, it's like you've gone back a couple of decades.
I guess so, you know.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's so weird. Really weird. It's like the Twilight Zone.
Anyway, let me thank a couple of people.
Go for it.
So we've just had a donation from Deborah. Thank you very much, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Yeah, thanks very, very much. That will definitely go a long, long way. Yes. And we've also had a donation from Daniel. Daniel, thank you very, very much. And you've left a happy birthday message for Lisa, which I'll read out for you. It's a happy birthday, Lisa. People that have value and worth give it away freely. Trust the glory of God. Thank you. So I thought that was quite good. That is, you know, people that have value and worth give it away freely. So that's aimed at you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Yeah. And there's also a donation from the FAA. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dave's face. You see that? Yeah, my face did exactly the same thing when he said that to me. I was like, FAA? Is that some kind of joke?
Well, they've actually.
What are you thinking, Dave? Is it written all over your face right now? You're going FAA.
They've donated a few times. I think I remember the name. It's actually. It does say.
Can you say that though? No, maybe not. Though.
I don't want to say because it might be private.
Yeah, I can guess what the F stands for.
Yeah, I'll just keep it quiet because it may be private, and I don't.
Probably one of the A's as well.
Thank you very much. Anyway, that's really good of you. Thank you. Yeah. So no, that's all it is for donations at the moment. But some fantastic donations there, all the same. So thank you.
May I play a message from Gary that I said that I would relay over to Lisa?
Oh yeah, we did have a few messages. Yeah. Oh, so you got the Gary message, have you?
I've got the Gary message here. All right. So if you're all ready to listen to this, this is from Gary, and this is for the tour and for you, Lisa. So hopefully you'll all hear this. Would help if I turned the volume up, wouldn't it? Good.
Hi, Roxanne and Jason. I will send this on to Jason as well. I just wanted to say that I have been most impressed with Lisa because I know that she's a very soft person and does her best. But at the same time, I was a little bit worried about her going on the tour. And I think to have Jack and Igor that were unknowns, even though they've been fantastic, and they proved themselves, it was still a bit of a worry at the time, but they proved themselves. Lee being there obviously helped with the glue, that since he's been replaced with Dave. But I just think that Lisa has been, if you think about it, the absolute maximum amount of time that you could be on the tour. She's done it. I think she's done, I don't know how many days now, but it must be getting like, I don't know, 45, 50, 55 days, if you include the UK and whatever. Hats off to you, Lisa. I think you've been an absolute brick, and I'm so proud of you. I think you've been amazing. And yeah, and I love it when I see your smile and when you say, do you want a leaflet? I just think it's so wonderful. And hopefully this is going to be the making of you, because you've just, you just shown a lot of heart. And I'm so pleased that I managed to find time for you to do your poem at the convention, because with what you've done since, if we didn't find time, I'd have been kicking myself now. So well done for that. Well done for what you're doing in Europe. And I think you're a superstar.
Aww. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Someone else left a message, but I can't find it. I don't know where to look.
Oh, what are you like,
Sorry,
Jason?
well, we didn't talk about these messages. I would have looked for it. I don't know where to look now.
Never mind. Hopefully we'll catch up with it.
I will pass it on to you, Lisa, when I find it. It was
and if any of you are watching just now and you're contacting any of us on social media, please do send on your voice messages for the crew, because we will happily play them onwards, and it would be nice to connect with them like that as well. So Skype, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp,
Got them
Instagram.
muffled again.
Oh crud! Any platform, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, email operationrealness@yahoo.com, Skype, WhatsApp. Anyone that's connected with me, if you want to pass me a voice message, I'll happily play it to the crew on the tour bus. Lovely. I yield the floor again.
Well, okay. So I want to bring in, see who's talking on Discord.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We had a trial and error last night, guys.
So,
and it's sorted.
So
I'm just going to say it's sorted.
There might be someone else in Discord that might want to do it.
Has anyone shared the link in the chat room? Chat room has a link. If they do, I shall share it now. It's okay.
Okay.
Copy link, share. If anyone wants to join the Discord, pop in there now.
Right.
And come and say hi to Lisa, Dave, and Jack.
Here we go.
Yeah, I can.
Hello.
Hello.
Chat room. Hello. Share it now. Copy link. If anyone wants to join.
I think they've got it on in the background. Are you sharing
Yeah,
it, Jace?
I think someone's got the sound on the background. Hiya, Sven. Hiya, Amanda. Hiya. You're on live with the Globe Live tour, guys.
Hello, everybody.
I'm cheating a bit because I already started talking to him on the Discord earlier on.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Me and Dave go way back now.
Hi all.
If someone's got their watch page on in the background, can they mute it? Someone in Discord's got the watch page on either on their device, a separate device, or in the background. So if they can maybe mute their other tabs, just have a look, whoever's in the Discord, just in case, because it's echoing. But how cool is that? That's the general idea, guys. Dave, I'm so glad you've been in there interacting with everybody as well. And I implore you all in the chat room as well, click the link, go over to Discord, familiarize yourself with everything. Even if you don't want to say hi today, you just want to come in at a later stage. It's something that we're going to try and integrate with the tour every night that we go live. So yeah, go and check that out. I yield the floor again.
Yeah, come say hi.
Yeah, we'll still be on here for another while after you guys are gone as well. So, and that's the idea really as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
Did you hear that?
You had a happy birthday. It's a little bit sometimes.
I didn't really hear it properly.
Oh well, they'll have to say it again then.
Shout it louder.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
There you go. So it was your birthday, Lisa, and you didn't find any poles anywhere to dance on, no?
No.
No,
we were all tired and crashed. Ate in the van and crashed.
We were hoping something like that, because like we thought, oh my God, I hope they've got out of Bulgaria safely, be arrested somewhere.
We were sheepishly telling everyone yesterday, they're all right, aren't they? They're all right, aren't
Of course
they?
they're okay.
Of course they're okay.
Yeah.
And Trinity 4, Dave Mannell is in the chat room as well. He said he's really looking forward to joining you all soon. Love from the farm in Scotland. Shout out to you, Trinity 4, and to everyone in the chat room as well. I know that we are limited on battery life here, so we're trying to get through everything as quickly as possible. We've been going for 45 minutes. Shout out to Near in the chat room as well. Please go and familiarize yourself with Esh News. He's in the chat room as well. He's just put some content out to, recently as well, and he's saying happy birthday from him as well, Lisa. National Memorial Gardens in the chat room. Sven, Amanda, Zetatic in the chat room as well. Little Rob, Jermaine, Effie Mowry, Flatball, Joey Rocha, Vertec, Upside Down, Coffee Paul, Kieran, David, Stephen Watson, Everybody Equals Mind Control Squared, Flatball, Tamo, Upside Downer. I'm just trying to make sure I can. Jin, CBR1 as well, Ricardo, and I know there's loads of other people. The chat room's gone up so much. David Romero, Thoughtless Jester as well. Thank you so much for your donation as well. I can't see it on here, but I think I saw the notification come up. Thank you so much for your support as well. And I'll get back to the chat room in a bit because I know that we are limited on battery.
If Sandor's in chat, because I know he goes in there sometimes. Just a shout out to him because when I spoke to Malenko, he wants to actually get in touch with. I'm going to put them together, but because
fantastic.
Malenko wants to actually do a laser test over a lake in Macedonia. And I was telling you about Sandor, and hopefully them two will get together and be able to do something.
That would be wonderful.
For at least for Macedonian television.
Oh wow!
Wow, that will be fantastic.
That's like awareness on steroids.
It would be even more fantastic if they can fly you back over there, Dave, and then you can say to them all, "I told you so. I told you so."
Well, this is the thing. I was talking to Malenko on the as we were driving to his house, and he was telling me how, first of all, he was talking to the Macedonian Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister was saying, "You shouldn't be talking about this flat Earth business because it's hurting your career." And then the American government basically told the TV stations to not have Malenko on anymore because of the stuff he's been talking about. But apparently that made him even more popular.
Yeah.
Because they said if the American government want him shut up, so he must be saying something. So
right over the target site.
So he said he's been defunded, but he's more popular than ever.
Well, maybe that's the future trend of how things are going to go. This is how the wheat's going to get sorted from the chaff with mainstream. Those that are going to stand firm,
right?
Like Malenko.
And
I fully respect him for that.
Yeah.
He's got everything to lose and nothing to gain from this, so I fully respect him for that. That's standing firm. Shout out to him.
This is the reason why he wants to get in touch with Sandor, because he spoke to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister sort of gave him like carte blanche to ask the army for anything that he needed, and he asked for some like high-powered measuring equipment and a laser, and they refused to give it to him.
Well, where did they? Was it FE Core they got the last laser from?
Who? What do you mean?
When you did the Balaton one, was that from FE Core?
No, I think Sandor arranged the laser again because it was the same people that did the laser or brought the laser for the test that I was on.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
Mm.
So
watch your space.
You know, it kind of on one hand they're offering help, and on the other hand, no, you can't have that. Smell a rat.
Well, I think the Prime Minister sort of said okay, but it was the military who said no.
Said no. I think there's probably going to be more to this in the long run, right? Because it doesn't sound like Malenko's going to be quiet. It doesn't sound like Sandor's going to be quiet either. And if you mesh the pair of them together, I think they're going to beat a louder beat than they're able to do by themselves. I mean, for me, there's only so much I can do by myself. Likewise with you, Dave. But there's something else to be said for coming together with people that, for any other reason, you wouldn't be collaborating with them if it wasn't for the truth. Define the force of nature. I think truth's a pretty good example of a force of nature. What happens to the truth once it starts to gain momentum? It's like a snowball effect, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is all part of it, and this is an important part of it. I think.
It really strikes me. Go on, sorry, Dave.
I'm just saying, if we can carry on the momentum, after this tour's over,
yes,
I think it's going to be incredible. I think one thing I would do, I'd add to this tour would be like tablet PCs or something, so that we've got like short videos about certain things, so we can go watch this.
I'm working on an interactive banner, like a big banner that has, like some video display actually on the banner itself. Because we did something kind of similar, me and Harry. Well, Harry got a TV in that, but it wasn't quite successful. We had lots of problems with it, but we want something actually on the banner. We want something, like bigger.
No, I'm thinking, just when we're out on the street.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Yeah. To have the tablets
nice.
As well. We've done that as well, and it does work. It's fantastic that you can just go to something. It's difficult if you're trying to hold leaflets and cameras and tablets all at once, but it's effective.
This is why it's so important that anyone else who wants to join in and be a part of this, please, I implore you to do so, because the more hands, the better. The amount of people that are holding a mobile phone, meanwhile they're holding a stack of leaflets, and they might have another device.
Yeah.
Like as I'm doing just now, and then you go,
batteries.
can someone? So the more hands we have, the better, because it means that there's more people to film. And it frees up people that are doing activism's hands. Like you said, Dave, to have both of your hands available, it changes the whole situation, because body language is so key. And when I'm watching you, you are so descriptive with how you try and make people not visualize necessarily what you're saying, but to convey it to people. It is so much more difficult to do so when you've literally got your hands tied behind your back. And
I can't talk if I'm handcuffed.
Yeah.
I'm dead quiet if I'm like that,
No, of course not. But you know what I mean. It's just it's so limiting, if you know what I mean. In seeing in contrast how you are when you've got your hands available to yourself, you seem to captivate groups of people, and you really do command people's attention for long periods of time, as do Lisa and Jack. And it's frustrating when as just from one to another, when I know that it's incredibly frustrating when you've got your hands tied and you just want to be able to people say, well, what do you mean? Show me. And you go from standing 10 feet away from the banner to finding something on the banner that is representative of a visual aid of some sort, where you can convey things. And it's hard, isn't it? But this is a bit trial and error, because this is a massive amount of activism that's happening. So there are parts of this that are getting streamlined, and I don't know if we necessarily know exactly what to do, but I think we're finding out what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Almost like a case study. Like you said, with the program responses, there's like 3 main questions, just 3.
Yeah.
Quick thank you as well for, we just had another a donation by Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous. But whoever you are, thank you very much. That is really appreciated. That is. Sorry, Dave, I cut you off there.
Yeah, personally, one of the things that happened for me happened yesterday is I know there's a realization a bit of how precarious our situation could be. You know, if our interaction with these cops had gone a bit south, because it could have well have gone a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
And you know,
you don't know how much of a job's worth or a corrupt cop they are. You just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just felt like, well, stick them in the cell for a few hours, and that might have screwed things up for us quite a bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, but, just this realization suddenly after
The
it was
what if
over.
factor.
Yeah, that we're kind of in a bit of a dodgy situation here, you know.
What sort of places are you sleeping at the moment? Are you in car parks? Are you on side of roads? What sort of situations are you getting?
Petrol stations.
Petrol stations. Okay.
Good job.
Right.
Good job. I'm concerned about the time. We're coming up to about 57 minutes now. And as you said, I don't want to cane it to the point where we're talking to you and then it just goes phew, and that's your battery done for.
Yeah, I'm just slightly under half.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we want to at least leave you with some battery so you can do what you need to do, darlings. And as I said, we've been going for about 56 minutes now, so we're going to start to wrap up for the evening so that we can let you guys go and get some rest. Is there anything anyone wants to say before we wrap up for tonight?
Just the location where they're going. They're off to Athens tomorrow. That's in Greece. They're 50 miles away, so it should be. Have you got an idea roughly what time that you'll be starting going live, guys?
Yeah.
Same time as usual.
Yeah, 1 o'clock your time.
About 1 o'clock time.
Or noon, maybe.
Noon.
We are 2 hours, I think, in front.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll try for noon.
Okay.
Between noon to 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. I did send you the location. I was going to read it out again just in case someone wants to.
Yeah, please.
1 sec. Just trying to grab that location.
No worries.
And doing a Greek accent as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Flatball. £10 from Flatball Globe Killers. Thank you so much, my darling. Massively appreciated.
Right. You pronounced this one, Roxanne. So you want to try again? It was the Monastiraki.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I know it is. Go on, you guys have a go. Monastiraki. Monastiraki. Of course it is. It's just
Monastiraki.
You didn't even need me.
It rolls off the tongue when you don't think. So yeah, if you can get yourselves there, and hopefully, people will join you there. Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for all of your interactions in the chat room. It's been wonderful to see everything that you've been sharing with us in the chat room tonight. So much love and support for you guys on the camper van. And again, CBR1 Trinity 4 Zetatic wanted to know, when the Euro Tour is finished, are you still going to need donations to keep the activism going back home? Jason, would you like to answer that? I can answer that for myself. No. But
no, we shouldn't. I'd like you to, if you've got any money for extra donations and all that, put that money aside for there may be a USA one coming up very shortly. Watch this space. Because it might have nothing to do with us guys, it might be just USA themselves might be putting something on, or we might be putting something on. Watch this space. We're not 100% sure yet. Nothing's concrete yet, and so might be support. We just may support whoever puts this tour on.
Perfect. Sorry, Kieran. I won't say it again. I murder his surname every time I say it. So I'm just going to say Kieran. I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry, darling. I will I'm going to work out how I'm saying that.
So it's not just
yeah. Sorry. And yeah, Doc Michael, thank you so much for sharing everything in the chat room and being so supportive as well. Free Flow, giving Dave the thumbs up as well. Loads of love and support for you as well in the chat room as well, Dave. And Joey Rocha, National Memorial Gardens, Vertec, Mark Sargent. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And JJ and Effie Mowry and Deborah, thank you so much for the donation as well. And I think I mentioned pretty much everyone else earlier. So thank you so much. If that's it from you guys, then that's it from me until tomorrow. And I said, if you're new to this, please go into the description, familiarize yourself with the links. Jason's channel's in there as well. That's where the tour goes live from. So if you're new to this, go over and hit subscribe to Jason of the Disbury and hit the notification bell so you're notified when the tour goes live tomorrow. And we will endeavour to go live again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. to catch up with the tour after they go live out in Athens tomorrow.
And whilst that is all happening, don't forget there's also the Discord Global Eye. Is it still called Global Eye Lounge? I think it was, wasn't it?
I think
the
so.
Global Eye Lounge on Discord.
The link is in the chat room. We'd love to see you over there in Discord. So click the link and come and take a look. Other than that, for the chat. Sorry, cut out.
That was Sven. It was Sven just saying yes, we're here.
Cool. So while the chat room dissipates, we'll play out what we played you in with, or if you've got another idea, that's brilliant. We'll give you something to play you out with. Yes, we will, Jace. And while Jason's finding something to play us out with, we will bid everybody farewell. And I will just give a last shout out to everybody in the chat room as well. Esh News, Upside Downer, Tarmo Lurberg, thank you so much for interacting. Estonia in the house. David Scriven, Kieran, Joey Rocha, and Deborah. Jude, my darling, thank you so much for all your interactions. And Truth Zone, that Adam Meakin, lovely to see you in the chat room. Ninja Man as well, Lumberjack, lovely to see you as well. And to everybody else that's tuned in, Dave, Lisa, Jack, Truth Warriors Extraordinaire. I can't thank you enough for your selfless devotion to what we're doing right now. It takes an incredible amount of muster in someone to do what you guys are doing. And I'm going to be forever grateful for the efforts that you're doing. I truly do feel like we're making history. And if we ensure that the victors don't cover up this in the future history books, then we'll at least make sure that we wake up a generation like you guys did today. That picture today with the youngers was brilliant. They looked all around my daughter's age, and that story is going to stay with me. That's the one that's really made me smile. So thank you from me.
You're welcome.
Cheers guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, my darling.
Bye then.
I shall add this to the stream now, and Jason will play us out with a little bit of this.
So all the planets are in one plane, the plane of the eclipse. Yeah. So if the sun's in the middle, yeah, all the planets are literally along this plane. So Earth's here, and Jupiter's here, and all the other planets are all in that plane. Right? Now the sun is moving. Yeah. The whole solar system is moving with the sun. Yeah. Can't be moving all, this whole plane of planets can't be moving with the sun. Right. Yeah. So how's that simple? How's that simple?
Because it's a law that is never broken.
No.
That's the sound of the police! That's the sound of the beast!
I don't understand.
Ами като не ти казвам, защото ще стане лойко.
Okay. Looks like the police are here and they don't want me to point the camera and they just like push the camera down. It is down on the floor. It's on the floor. They're speaking to me in a language I don't understand and expecting me to understand it. I'm pushing my phone around. Apparently I've got to stop the stream. I'll have to come back.
I never thought I could fail. No fight left, or so it seems. I am a man whose dreams have all
The police told us to shut down straight away. They were really heavy and they asked us for ID. So Jack had to go back to the van for ID. So I guess that's that. They don't want us doing what we're doing anymore. They told us to leave.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends.
Just told her to leave, Sophia. Yeah.
Don't give up.
Let's make a video with her. We didn't get even a ticket or nothing, of course.
No, they just wanted to check our ID. They didn't want me filming. They shut me down straight away.
We set up. We were immediately we had people around us, and you know, we were just talking around. I was talking to two guys for 15 minutes or so, and then a police car pulled up. Two guys, basically, I mean, they were belligerent from the offset. You know, they were like, you know, Starsky and Hutch almost.
Yeah.
You know, so they came up, and obviously they didn't speak English. We obviously didn't speak Bulgarian. And the guy was like, well, the older guy, he was obviously the senior cop. He was like, no, this down now, and like saying what? We couldn't explain ourselves. The guy said, documents. And this guy said, no, it's the police. You must obey. So it looks like these police almost like terrorize the people.
Yeah.
Terrorize.
Yeah.
Terrorize.
And we got the sense of it because when we came through the border this morning, I think was it 3 lots of police we ended up having to deal with?
We gained over the passport 4 times. No, 5 times.
5 times. Okay.
5 times.
Yeah, so it was like
cross the border and then
and we said at the time it's like a police state.
Yeah.
The guy to begin with, he pushed the phone out of my hand.
Yeah, so stop filming, no filming. Yeah.
So he was telling me to put it down. I put it down, but it wasn't enough that I just put it down. He wanted it right down on the floor and nowhere near him. And then people in the chat were trying to say to me to film him. I tried to for a second, and straight away he just like threw it.
Yeah. And, essentially, what happened was they said, you know, we started packing up. The cop basically, you know, after we packed everything away, he said stop. Eventually, they said, you know, okay, we want to see your documents. He said, no, we're in the car. We sent Jack back to go get the document and the passports and stuff. And you know, they stood around with you know, once they got the passports back, they stood around for about 15-20 minutes just standing around chatting, having a laugh, and then finally they gave the passports back. You know, it's just
And said, don't come back.
Get out.
The police woman came up to me after I'd filmed and she was searching through the whole phone to make sure we didn't have any pictures of them or videos so that we could delete them. But they couldn't find it anyway because it was live streamed and it wasn't safe. They didn't realise it was live streamed. So.
The point is that, you know, personally I've seen these police before, this type of police before. It's even if we decided that we just go around and hand out you know, leaflets, it would be like we are challenging this guy's authority, and it would be, you know, escalated. So you know, that's a part of valor, I think. You know, cut and run. So that's it.
Bye bye, because it's still flat.
Okay. So yeah, later.
Bye bye.
It's never been easy. Don't give up, 'cause I believe.